Alright, people, I had to come with you with a video right quick, and I think I'm gonna title this video, What Are We Teaching Our Children? And I know there's a lot of videos out there on this topic and this subject, but my thing is, like, I don't understand nowadays why people, well, parents, choose to be their children's friend rather their parent. And then on top of that, like, it's like, what are we teaching them? It's like you're already setting them up for failure. Prime example, like, if you have children, I strongly feel as though it's time for you to put yourself aside, and you can't be selfish, and it's time for you to raise your kids. For example, like I said before, I work in a juvenile placement facility. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe that people should get second chances and stuff like that. So, when you're out there letting your kid do whatever it is they want to do, and then when they get in trouble and then they come to a facility, then you want to call me on the phone and cuss me out because you don't like what's going on with your child and you don't understand why they still get in trouble. Okay. Now, not to, disrespect anybody, disrespect parents or nothing like that, but whatever you was doing or wasn't doing wasn't working. So why can't, won't you give me a shot and let me, you know, do my job, and then maybe, hopefully, when your child come home, they won't make the same mistakes they did to get in trouble in the first place. I'm not there trying to be nobody mama, no aunt, no friend, no nothing. I'm just there trying to do my job and try to instill in some of these kids, okay, well, hopefully when you go back out into the world, that you'll think twice before you make that same mistake. That's what I'm there for. Don't be calling me, cussing me out on the phone because you all upset or whatever, and because your child can't come home for a home pass or whatever because they ain't doing right or whatever, and you want to get mad at me. I don't understand that. What's up with that? And then on top of that, sometimes I strongly feel that sometimes, some people say, do it take a village to raise a child? Some people say yes, some people say no. I say yes, for the simple fact because when I was growing up, if somebody seen me doing something I ain't had no business doing, best believe they took me aside, told me about myself, smacked me. Then guess what? When my mom came around, best believe I got it again. So do it take a village? Yes. And then sometimes on top of that, like, if you see a kid doing something they don't got no business doing, ain't nothing wrong with saying something to them. I mean, granted, nowadays, and I understand kids ain't how they used to be, because sometimes you never know. For real, there's like 12, 13, 14 years olds out here carrying a gun, and you don't know if they gonna, whip a gun out on you or whatever the case may be. But, and then sometimes you got to worry about the parent come to you and they get ready, want to fight and all that stuff. See, and then it's like the apple don't fall far from the tree. So if the parent gonna come to you talking about some BS like that, then you know, okay, well, that's why they child act like that. It ain't their fault, because I really don't believe in. I used to be like, oh, that kid is bad. That kid is bad. Until somebody, my sister-in-law, she was like, you know what? There's no such things as bad kids. They're taught that, which is true. Because when kids are brought into the world, they don't know anything. All they know and they do and they act of what they see, regardless if it's their parents, a family member, a friend, or whatever the case may be. But we as parents, if you still in your children in an early age, then when they become older or they start to hang around people they know they shouldn't be hanging around, or just, basically something ain't right, they gonna depart themselves from that. And then sometimes, don't get me wrong, because there is some great parents out here that do their best that they can do, and but still they child choose to make their own the wrong decisions, and then you can't beat yourself up about it, because if you know at the end of the day you're doing what you got to do to raise your children, but yet they still choose to fall by the wayside. I don't even want to say wayside, because then it's like there's no room for them to grow, or stuff like that. They can always still what's the word I'm looking for, come back to what they know, meaning they can end up turning themselves around and doing what they have to do because it is instilled in them, and then they know how to do it. And then when they make the mistakes, that's what makes them a stronger person. I hope you understand, what I'm saying. So, like, I really there's no such thing as you trying to be your kid's friend, because when you try to be your friend, I mean, we're not going to the bar and having a drink together. We're not sitting down getting drunk and cussing and all. That's ridiculous, because you're not setting them no kind of boundaries. You're not being an authority figure for them. You're not showing them anything that they need to be showed. So, parents, what are we teaching our children? Um, I just had to get that off my chest, because it just been, bothering me for a minute now. Um, as you can see, I'm in my car. I'm in Walmart parking lot. But anywho, I would like to know other people's, feedback. And like I said before, um, please don't nobody respond to me. Oh, you don't know what you talking about. Oh, it ain't all like that. You wrong or whatever. This, it is what it is. Um, uh, I'm gonna call it like I see it. What are we teaching our children? You need to start. We need to start at an early age. Um, to train our children and teach our children how you expect them to be the best person that they can be, but when they turn around and look and they see you uh cussing this person out, cussing that person out. Oh, you better not say nothing to my child. Don't touch my child. I really don't understand that, especially when it comes to family members. Now, like, I really strongly feel as though there ain't nothing wrong with auntie saying something to the nephew, niece, cousins. Ain't nothing. I really don't see nothing wrong with that. And there's a lot of people that have a problem with that, because people don't like, you know, other people telling their children something. But you know what? The truths hurt. And one thing my mom always told me and said to my sister, to me and my sister, and also to people on the street. I know my kids ain't angels. I know what they'll do in front of me, but I ain't going. I don't know what they'll do behind my back. So, parents, please let's not think that our kids ain't gonna do things behind our back that you want to expect them to do, because then when somebody come up to you and you be like, no, no, my child didn't do that. Don't be, and then you must go all crazy on them and stuff. Come on, keep it. Let's just keep it real. What are we teaching our children? Peace.